In today's video, I'm going to be talking about 3 ways you can use rosemary oil for maximum hair growth. If you're not new to this channel, then you know I am so in love with it, and rosemary oil, or rosemary for hair growth in general, is one of the most highly researched DIYs or products you can use in your hair. There's rosemary oils, rosemary shampoos. You can make it yourself. You can buy rosemary essential oil, and it is extremely highly researched by dermatologists. It has been researched multiple times. It wasn't like one research from 30 years ago that just happened to say rosemary may do something to your hair. For example, rice water works amazing for my hair. It doesn't work for everyone else. It is not that researched, but it's something that you can say, let me see if it's going to work for me. Rosemary is not like that. Rosemary is extremely researched, and so far I have done 2 videos on rosemary: how to make rosemary oil, how to make rosemary water, and how to use them. They both work amazing in your hair, that have been backed up by dermatologists. They say rosemary works better than minoxidil and Rogaine, which are both dermatologist prescribed hair growth treatments. And they say rosemary works just as well or even better, especially when it comes to stopping itching. It has shown that rosemary works way better in the course of stopping your hair from itching, but in the hair growth, they usually say it works just as well, if not better. If you don't know me, my name is Angelica. I post videos twice a week all about growing long, healthy hair. This is the current length of my hair. It is flourishing. It is growing really well. I've been using rosemary for the past couple months. So if you want more videos like this and want to hear more of my tips, make sure you consider subscribing. The subscription button is right down there, as well as the bell. Hit the bell so you get notifications every single time I post. Let's get into these 3 ways. So before I even mention the best 3 ways to use rosemary oil for hair growth, more separate studies have shown that the leaf extract, which is completely different from the essential oil, stimulates hair growth even with balding and alopecia. How to make rosemary oil. So first you want to start off by getting yourself some rosemary. I have a huge rosemary bush. Actually, this is just one of them in my yard. We use it a lot for cooking, but not so much for hair. Now, of course, you don't have to go in your garden and start planting rosemary and wait for it to grow. This is a very common herb that can be found in almost any supermarket or veg garden. So just go to one of those areas. You can get a couple stems of rosemary, and that's what you can use. However, if you do have fresh, of course fresh is the best. You can just pick it straight from the tree, and the first thing you want to do is thoroughly wash it to get any sand or dirt off of it. We don't spray our rosemary with chemicals or anything like that. So if you do find one that has chemicals or you're not sure, maybe soak it for a little while, but just make sure it's washed and completely clean. And then what I like to do is wrap it in a tea towel, and this is to make sure it absorbs all the water and the moisture, because we don't want any water dripping into the oil. So as you see, I'm squeezing it, but not wringing it because I don't want to break the leaves. I'm just squeezing it to get out all the water, and you can see the leaves are basically completely dry, very nice and fresh and green. Now, even if it seems dry, I'm still going to put this back into the towel, wrap it up, and leave it there for a couple of minutes as I prepare everything else, just to make sure any little moisture that I can't see can be absorbed by the towel. We are going to be doing the double boiler method. So first I put the pot on the stove with a lid on just to make sure it boils quickly. And while that is boiling, we are starting to prepare the oil. So I'm using extra virgin olive oil. And when you're using extra virgin olive oil, you should always read the back to make sure that it shows that the only ingredient is extra virgin olive oil. Sometimes there could be a mix. So then I'm using a 1/4 cup. I always now only do 1/4 cup measurements. In case you want to try this as well, try with your oils in small doses. So a 1/4 cup of olive oil and 1 tablespoon of castor oil. You can use whatever carrier oil or oils that you love best, and this will still work. So you don't have to use olive oil, and you also don't have to use castor oil. You can use grapeseed oil. You can use whatever oil you like. So now we are just getting the leaves off, and I'm just dragging them down. That's the easiest way to get, I don't know whether you can call them leaves. I guess it's sort of a leaf. And I just pull them like that, and then I'll show you 2 other ways. The first way is to face it downward in one of these, frying things, for getting things without the oil in them. And you can just push it through and all the leaves are going to come off. And you can also do it the other way, which is slightly less effective, but it's still going to get all the leaves off as well. So here are options. Picking off the little stems one by one is just tiring, and yeah, it takes too long. So I just like to do it these ways. So now the water is boiling by the time I was done with that. And once it's boiling, I reduce the temperature to almost off so that it's just like simmering. And then I put this metal bowl over the top because, like I said, we are doing the double boiler method. And the reason for this is so that none of the nutrients from the oils get denatured, but we can still extract all the nutrients from the rosemary. Now, the key thing you should do here is to make sure that the water does not touch the bowl. That is going to be almost the same as putting it straight onto the stove. So make sure that it's just the steam doing the work. You want to make sure the bowl does not touch the water. Even if you use something glass, make sure it doesn't touch the water, so it's just the heat. So you want to mix and mix, and you're going to start to see that it's going to become a little bit cloudy, and it's not going to look so different, but the color will eventually change. So I can't give you a specific time on how long to keep it, but I would say anywhere from 10 to 15 minutes. And once it starts to look not as green as it was before, and the oil is starting to look a little bit more cloudy, you know that it's done. I just turn off the burner and I move the oil off the stove. And now this is what the oil looks like when it is done. We are going to strain out the rosemary, and I'm going to put this in a glass jar. If you have like a brown glass jar that's tinted, that would be better, but glass is always better than plastic. So if you have glass over plastic, choose that first. And if plastic is your only option, you can go ahead and use a plastic bottle. So now in the oil in the glass, I'm going to put in a couple sprigs of fresh rosemary, about 3 of them. And this I just want to sit and continue to infuse in the oil as it sits. And this can be stored for about a month, and after about 2 weeks, or as soon as the rosemary changes color, I will take it out of the oil. And this is what it looks like. You really don't have to do this step, but to be honest, it's also very aesthetically pleasing. The second option is to use rosemary essential oil, which comes in a really tiny bottle, just like peppermint or tea tree oil. And you can just put a couple drops into whatever oil you're using, like olive oil or avocado oil or whatever oil you're using. You can just put a few drops of rosemary oil into that, and it will definitely work. Just note that rosemary extract and rosemary essential oil have slightly different benefits, but it's almost the same thing. So just choose whichever one you want and use that one. There's honestly not that big of a difference between the two. Despite all the 3 ways I'm going to give you as the best times and the best ways to use rosemary oil, the best way and the best time to use it is when you can. Okay, you choose one of these ways, and then however you can use it the most often, the most consistently, for a consistent amount of time, let's say 3 to 6 months, so that you can actually see real growth, and so that you know that it's actually the rosemary oil working and not just something else. I'm about to break it down. Okay, you can, by the way, use all of these ways, or you can use only one, just not at the same time. So the first one is as a pre-poo. Now, I personally like to now use my moringa oil or my Indian oils like my amla oil for a pre-poo, and I like to focus rosemary oil in my hair so it can stay there, but you can absolutely use rosemary oil as a pre-poo as well. So how to do a pre-poo? It is very easy. So, pre-poo. If you're using it as a pre-poo, you use it exactly how you use almost any other oil. Just make sure you focus it on your scalp first, especially if you don't want to use too much oil or you're rationing your oil. First, make sure your scalp is nicely coated. Do a scalp massage, because no oiling your scalp without a scalp massage is beneficial, okay? It's gonna do something, it just won't be as effective as it could. After your scalp is nicely coated and you've done a scalp massage, then you can go ahead and put it on all the rest of your hair and put it in twists or do whatever you want. And then you can leave it in your hair overnight and wash your hair in the morning, or you can just leave it in your hair for an hour or two, put a plastic cap on, go under heat maybe for 20 minutes, and then you can wash it out and that'll be perfectly fine. The second way to use it is my favorite way, and this is just as a scalp treatment, meaning you just use this to oil your scalp. The reason why I love this so much is because, one, I find it to be the most beneficial. Second of all, I find that I can be the most consistent with it because I don't have to be extremely thorough with it. I don't have to come to my room or go to the bathroom and sit in front of a mirror and make sure that I'm putting the oil in perfect lines. I can just put some on my fingertips and go through my head and do a nice scalp massage. I can be watching TV. I could just be sat down feeling lazy and just be like, okay, let me give myself a little scalp massage, put a little oil in my hair, and I'm all good, okay? This is my favorite way to use it. I can do this when my hair is out like this. I can do it when my hair is in braids, when my hair is in twists. And I don't use too much. I don't use it like a hot oil treatment. So I don't have to worry about, oh my God, now after I do this, I have to wash my hair tomorrow. There's literally no schedule. I just do it whenever I feel like. 2 to 3 times a week, maybe 4 times a week, I'll go ahead and put some oil on my scalp. And trust me, you will see massive changes. I would go so far as to say this is the most effective way, but the only way I can say that is because it is the way I use it the most. By the way, I think I've been using it for going to 3 months now, I think. Anyway, if I was using this oil mostly with as a pre-poo and I saw the results that I have now, I would probably say the pre-poo is what gives you the best effects. But because this is how I've used it the most often, it is how I would say is the most effective, and it works into my schedule very easily. So like I said at the beginning, whichever way you can be consistent with is the best way to use this oil. The last one is something I don't hear that much about, but it is actually really, really good. This would have to be the essential oil though, because it won't be as effective if you use it with this one, because it has olive oil in it and stuff, and it's like super oily. Essential oils are like dry oils, okay? They're not really oily. The only thing is you can't put it directly on your scalp. Essential oils always have to be diluted into another oil or water or something that can lighten it up, or else you get burns. And no matter what essential oil is, if it doesn't burn you, you might see some long-term effects. It is just way too potent to put plain on your scalp. So please mix it into something. And this mixing agent I'm talking about right now is your shampoo. I have talked about mixing peppermint oil into your shampoo before, but mixing rosemary oil into shampoo actually works really well as well. And the reason why it works so well is because when you're shampooing your hair is the cleanest, your pores, your follicles on your scalp are fresh and open, and the rosemary oil is going to seep directly into your pores and can cause extremely good benefits. The only thing you need to remember to do is when you shampoo your hair, make sure you leave your shampoo on your hair just for like a minute longer than you would as you're putting shampoo into your hair. Don't do it every time you lather. Only do it on the last wash, or else you just be wasting and it will basically be ineffective, okay? So let's say you lather your hair 3 times. On the first 2 times, just do however you do it with your normal shampoo. On the third time, put a couple drops, like 5 drops, into your palm, mix it in with the shampoo, and then lather your scalp. And then once your scalp is fully lathered, you can take that lather onto the rest of your hair. Then just leave the lather to sit on your hair for like a minute or two, just to allow that rosemary to go into your scalp and really work its magic. Then you can rinse it off and continue with your day. And this is another good way because you don't have to worry about it. You don't have to keep thinking, okay, can I fit it in before my dinner? Can I fit it in? Just do your regular wash day and just incorporate a couple drops of rosemary oil into your shampoo time during your wash day. It's going to give you massive benefits. You could do this with a co-wash, but I just think it's way more effective with a shampoo. And if you want more ways to use rosemary, or you just want me to research something else, let me know in the comment section below. I would love to know, and let me know if you love rosemary too. Hit my face right there to subscribe if you didn't in the beginning. Watch the 2 videos on the side of the screen right here to see any of my older videos. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in my next one. Bye!